How can you prepare your Pinterest strategy for 2021? My name is Teresa Toledo. I am a Pinterest expert strategist, and I am ridiculously passionate about Pinterest, and I'm about to drop some amazing gems here that will help you ensure that your 2021 Pinterest strategy is on fire. So stick around. I will be dropping some resources at the end. Also, I'll be dropping some resources below. Check them out. So how can you prepare your Pinterest strategy for 2021? There are a few things that I will talk to you about. And actually, let's tell you how many. 7 things. So the very first thing that I would like for you to do preparing for 2021 is to go on your Pinterest account and do a profile cleanup and optimization. What does that mean? That means I only want you to keep in your profile what actually represents your brand. If you have pins that have nothing to do with your profile, if you are, let's say, a business owner and you are, you are a service provider and you are a copywriter, unless you are connecting that to your copy or to your services and you have like cute cats boards, make them secret. Okay, anything that doesn't necessarily relate to what you're offering to your audience, to your ideal client, turn it off secret. So go in there, and if you haven't done that yet, do that. Make sure that your profile represents your brand. Now, also add a video cover. Most accounts have the possibility of adding a little video cover as a profile banner. And you can even add video with voice, which plays on mobile, and people can hear and have a taste of what you're offering. You want the pinner to go on your profile and want to know more about you, to be encouraged to follow and check out your content. Our profiles have been dormant in the past. For the longest time, pinners wouldn't reach our Pinterest profiles. But now with Pinterest story pins, which at the end of a story pin, Pinterest presents them with your profile, sort of like, hey, check more on me, follow me, know more about me. And with Pinterest emphasizing following and engaging in the platform, more pinners will make their way to your profile. So go ahead and make sure that profile is, a bullseye. It's exactly what your business and brand is about. If you have to change some boards, turn them secret. If you have to turn some pins secret, if you need to move things around, do that. I wouldn't go as far as saying that you should do, what we used to do, board covers. I wouldn't do that. But it's a good idea to choose a pin that represents each and every board and use them as cover. It will give you a more streamlined and branded look. That's number 1. Number 2, I want you to spend some time evaluating your pin images. That means Pinterest has been hinting us a little bit that less copy is more. And I have seen that within the platform, and always on Pinterest brings us examples of pins and ideas. And even in the most recent Pinterest Creators Festival, Pinterest dropped that to have 30% off copy on a pin, which, I don't want to be stuck to this 30%, but I just want you to have the idea that Pinterest has been telling us, hey, less is more. If you did Pinterest Academy, which is Pinterest's free course, you will see that the pins they're sharing there don't have huge copy. They're not text heavy. Avoid anything text heavy. Try to say more with less. Also try to bring in clean and fresh pin concepts. Make them intriguing and interesting, and also make sure that they're easy to read on the little screen, which means most people are accessing Pinterest through their phones than the desktop. So you want to make sure that everything that you pin is very easy to read. Be a little cautious when using your branded fonts, especially if they are script fonts. Use them just for accents. Don't use them, in a lot of stuff. Number 3, I want you to go and do a deep dive into your keyword research. You probably have done that before. If you haven't done that before, do it again. Do it now. If you have done that before long ago, do it again. And the reason is keywords are sort of alive. They're always evolving. Depending on what's going on, the keywords will change. One of the examples, if probably you were searching face mask 1 year ago, you would get, some facials and stuff. Now, if you search face mask, we have different things that are face masks. So go ahead and do, refresh your keyword search. Start by typing in words that would connect to your niche, to your product, to your brand, words that people would be using to find what you have. Remember, Pinterest is a visual search engine. The visual part, points to the number 2, which is make your pins beautiful and fresh and sleek and streamlined. And also search engine, which means one of the ways that people will find your content is through keywords. So it's very important to do your keyword search and use your keywords everywhere. Every time you are writing a pin title, a pin description, you are creating a new board, in a board title, board description, you're going to use those keywords everywhere. Number 4, evaluate your engagement. Another deep dive here. Go and take a look at your 2020 analytics. If you have a business account, of course. If you don't have a business account, turn your account into a business account so you can keep using it and view all those analytics. They're very helpful. Take a look and find out which images had more engagement or more clicks. Do a little comparison. Sometimes you have some pins that have a lot of views, but they don't have as many clicks. Why is that? What's going on? Pinterest likes them, it's sharing them, the keywords are good, but people are not clicking. Why? And then on the other hand, we have others that have less views, but high engagement. Pinterest is not sharing as much, but people are loving it. So what can you learn from that? What can you do more and what you should do less? Very important here. Then review your content. Number 5, this maybe is a little bit, it's not as exciting, not as sexy. It's a little bit, but it must be done every so often. Go review the content that you have already. Before you start creating more content, spend some time going over your content that you published previously, which means your older blog posts. Make sure that they're still relevant. Make sure that the links that you have within are working. Make sure that maybe you have more links to add to those blog posts, content that was published after and now it's relevant that you can add to those blog posts. Take a look at the images. Do they need a little freshen up? What do you need to do with them? What can you do for this content that hopefully is already evergreen to still be relevant and evergreen? Or if that content that is seasonal can be freshened up for the following season. Then I do want to, that's number 7, and this is, like the little badass one that I really love, and a lot of people may not love as much. But aside from being consistent, aside, from doing all those things, optimizing your account, using your keywords, pinning consistently, and all of that, I want you to bring the big guns. And that means use video. Okay, I want you to create video pins that are little teasers. You can repurpose content. If you are creating content on other platforms, take a look, see what can you trim and repurpose as a pin. So those are pins that are teasers for the content, which means pins that are teasing them on what's about to come, what will happen when they click. Those could also be video pins that you create using Canva, no sound needed, but something that kind of catches the eye of the pinner. And video pins that can be consumed within the platform. Videos that can be consumed within the platform can be pinned as a video pin, and of course with a link to your website, any post, or even your main website, whatever you want the people to go when they click. But also they can be turned into story pins, and they will be consumed within the platform with no link, and that's perfectly fine, because story pins is not a tool for traffic, is a tool for engagement and growth. So if you already have the story pins access, use them with your videos, use them with slides, start using them. So those are the big guns. I want you to bring video to the platform, and I want you to use story pins. If you don't have story pins yet, I request access. And the videos that you created and shared as video pins can be repurposed for story pins. And finally, this is kind of like just to tie up everything. I want you to test and test and test, because what is working for one niche, for one brand, for one account may not work for another one. And that doesn't mean that we cannot have an umbrella strategy. Yes, we can. But it means that some things that I may be saying here may work for one person, one niche, one account, but may not work for another one. So if, for example, repeating the same content over and over still works for you, stick to it. Stick to it, keep an eye on it, watch, and if it stops working, then you change. I've been, in my experience, the accounts that I've been working with, I'm not seeing much benefit of that. So I decreased the repeating, but I increased fresh pins, which is what's working for them. If group boards still work for you, if some of your group boards still work for you, keep them, keep pinning them. But if you go there and you see that they're not working, ditch them, archive them, you don't need them. So that's what I wanted to say. I will not come in here and say, hey, which I would love to, just go ahead and create new fresh pins, new images, because that's what Pinterest wants, right? Pinterest wants that. And if you do that, and if you're able to do that, you will be successful. But if the other things are still working for you, stick to them. Just keep testing and testing. Once and if they stop working, then it means it's time to freshen up your strategy. So also, if you have no strategy, no clue what's going on, you have no idea where to begin, check my resources below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. So again, my name is Teresa Toledo, Pinterest expert strategist, and it was a pleasure talking to you. If you like this and you want to know more, just give me a follow. Drop me some words below. I will get back to you. Thank you so much.